Ben Heather from BCMMA, and I'm joined now with Jack Mason, the promoter of, or co-promoter of BCMMA. I'd just like to do a bit of a review of the show tonight. First of all, what were your thoughts on the show overall?
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight. We had some, fantastic card. We had, a lot of fights again. 25 fights. Loads of international guys. Probably 40% were, from Scandinavia, from Norway, from Sweden. We had some Irish guys on, and lots of local talent, and the cream of the crop are UK MMA. So really happy with the event.
And if we start off with some of the amateur fights, you had a couple of titles change hands in the women's strawweight.
Yeah, so it didn't change hands because Wendy is the 125-pound champ, and she has not been able to find the 115 opponent for a while. We've been trying to find someone, and we did, and it was a real tough fight, and it's Bryony, right? She was exceptional. She had, I think she had the better of the stand-up. She definitely, deserved that belt, and maybe there'll be a rematch in the future, but be looking for someone, someone else with Bryony, the next show or something. And she's really happy to have her as the champ.
And then a bit earlier in the night, we also had Mark Marshman take the amateur lightweight belt. It was a good performance from him. Quick finish.
Mark's a fantastic guy. He's always in the gym helping people out. And it's great to see him. To win that belt. He was supposed to be fighting Clayton McLean from CSA. But he pulled out, unfortunately, I think a week ago or something. So we had to get another guy in to replace him. But Mark did, what he needed to do, and got the job done.
And another one, there was a big amateur featherweight fight that I was looking forward to. Niall Jones came in, and he had a lot of buzz. He put a great show on the last show, and then he was finished pretty quickly by Craig Rooney.
Yeah, Craig Rooney is exceptional talent. Some of the BKK guys have fought him before as well, and lost.
So he holds a win over Steve Amell.
Exactly. Yeah, Craig's no joke, and I'll be excited to see him go pro. I definitely know he's thinking about doing that, and he's got an exceptional amateur record. Niall Jones, I'm sure, will be back. He's been unbeaten on the BCMMA show, and he comes all the way down from the Isle of Man, and got to thank him for that. And he's always puts on an exceptional show. He'll be back. He's a young kid, and I'm sure Craig's going to do well in the pro ranks, I think.
And then if we head up to the pro card, we had Tommy Maguire come back and put on a show after 18 months out.
Yeah.
He did look, there was a bit of a ring rush, you could say there, but made quick work.
There's no ring rush. Tommy's that's just Tommy's style, like a lazy MMA. He just he makes people fight at his own pace, and then he gets that win, and puts the guys away. Before last win was over Lewis Long, who is now smashing the welterweights. And Tommy's no joke, and I'm sure he'll be back soon, and be vying for a UFC shot. And
I'm sure you'd say the same thing, even if you wasn't stood the other side of the camera.
You better say something nice, Jack.
I always say something nice, mate.
And then we had Stephen Martin, who coming into this, he had a 3-3 record, which I thought as soon as I saw him on paper, I didn't know too much about him. But then looking at the guys he's lost to, he's been in there with Paddy Pimblett, Andre Winner, and Tim Wilde. There's 3 losses, so it's no joke.
Stephen Martin is no joke. He's a black belt on the ground. I think he's either a European or world jiu-jitsu champion. His hands look like lightning tonight, and he hits pretty hard. He's a big featherweight. He looked massive, he's someone to watch out for. I don't think there's many featherweights in the UK that'll beat him now.
And is he a potential matchup maybe for Steve?
I think so. That could be. He put on a really good performance tonight, and hopefully he'll want to come back. And he beat Robin Gidlov, who put up a good fight, and he was an unbeaten guy from Sweden, and it was a great matchup.
And And then further up the card, we had Paul Byrne from SPG Ireland come over, and he put a dominating display against Ty Palmer.
Yeah, Ty Palmer, yeah.
And so what do you make of?
So I was in, I think I was in Belfast at the start of the year when Corey McKenna fought over there, and Paul was headlining the event. I think it was UXC, and he looked good then. He beat, I think he beat a guy from Next Gen, and I was impressed with him. And we talked about him coming over, and we had this this match up, and for the vacant middleweight belt, and showed up and put on a performance, and Ty Palmer was gave him a good fight, and Paul got the win in the end.
And then if we go on to talk about the co-main event, we had Steve Aimable defend his belt against Theo Michaelidis.
Yeah.
Try and get to say it right. He seemed to make a bit harder than he should have, but he did what he had to get the win.
Steve always does that. He just puts on exciting fights, always does, and he never goes for the easy, for the easy win. I think he could have made it a bit easier on himself. A lot of people have said that, but he put on he entertained the crowd, and it was a fantastic fight, and I'm glad he did it because he gave all the fans what they wanted.
And then for the main event, you had Kieran Malone come down from Scotland, fighting out with Dinky Ninjas. It's a big team up there, and had a lot of a big reputation coming with him, coming into the fight. 3 wins, I think, already this year, and then Jason came in and was able to not only stop his wrestling but take him down.
Yeah.
Get the submission. What did you make of?
Well, Kieran's been on an impressive streak. He finished his last fight with a good head kick knockout, and he's a really good wrestler. He's on I think he's on the Commonwealth team, or he was, and he took Coolidge down in the first round with exceptional takedown, and I thought Coolidge was going to be for a hard night, but he managed to turn the tables, and take Kieran down in the second round. He got a really tight Kimura, and he got the finish.
And ahead of that fight, unfortunately, at weigh-ins, Coolidge came in overweight, and so had to be stripped of the title. Have you got any plans for him to fight again for the title, or would he have to do something, another fight before?
No, this is the thing. I've got 2 hats on. I've got the promoter's hat on and the coach's hat, but you can't be missing weight like that. It's 10 pounds is a joke, and we'll be having words after this, obviously, and I don't think he's probably going to fight lightweight for a little while. He's going to, maybe go back to welterweight. And
you mentioned the same thing in
yeah, because he's got a family and kids and blah blah blah, and it's stressful. So I think maybe he'll stay at a higher weight because can't be missing that weight like that again.
Brilliant. And BCMMA returns in October. Now there's a bit of a break.
Yeah, so I never really like to have too many breaks. So the next show is 3rd of October, but I've got some plans to try and there's some rumours going around that John Maguire might be fighting on the show as well.
You mentioned you were trying to get him to fight earlier, so it'll be a good fight if
he's offered to fight for free, so we're definitely going to have him.
I've heard it was against his brother as well. Lightweight.
Neither of those guys are making lightweight anytime soon.
But no, thank you very much for your time. It's a great show again, and we'll be back for the next one.
Thanks a lot for coming down. Really appreciate it.
Cheers.